Hello and welcome. This is your Funky here. Let's play Dragon Age Origins Blind episode 5. In this one,
Look, the Grey Wardens are here. The raid tomorrow must be more than a standard mission. The Wardens only go where the Darkspawn are the greatest threat.
Great. Okay, you got an exclamation point over your head, so I should probably talk to you.
Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lord. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
Of course, Lord Dace.
There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause.
Alright, before I make any judgments, what cause?
The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause.
This sounds like something that could benefit me later on, but why so interested in this particular cause?
Those on the surface are our lifeline. They facilitate trade with the surface. They're honorable and, well, let's be honest. I don't care a whit for those who have wandered from the stone. My wife, however, is a gem of a different color. She has a cousin, useless sort, but she's quite fond of him. He joined a speculative venture to the surface, hoping to make his fortune, and went bust. Now he wishes to come home, but he cannot, for he has no house and would be casteless. For my wife's sake, I take up his cause. Will you lend me your voice?
Yeah. Though I can see benefit from this later on. What do I get in return?
I keep my ears to the stone, my lord. I hear many things, some of which could be a great help during your mission tomorrow. A little forewarning to help your forearming, if you know what I mean.
Information is way more valuable than currency. You have a deal. What do I do?
When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. What could be more simple?
Simple enough. Okay, so that's him. A human!
Greetings, my lord Idukan.
Hey, you're the dude from the intro.
It is an honor to meet you at last.
At last? Have you been waiting for me?
Not as such, but your father never misses a chance to boast of your skill and bravery.
I love that.
He says you may be the most skilled warrior in all of House Idukan.
There is no may about it. I am the best.
Yes, he mentioned your humble nature as well. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Ozamar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world.
Information is power. I do not know as much as I should about the Grey Wardens.
You know of our dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know?
Are there many of my people in the Grey Wardens?
Over the centuries, many dwarves have made names for themselves in our order. These days, however, there are fewer dwarves, and thus even fewer dwarven Grey Wardens. A pity, since dwarven warriors have the most experience fighting Darkspawn.
What does joining entail?
Being a Grey Warden means abandoning all ties to your old life. It means dedicating yourself to destroying the Darkspawn.
Well, I could definitely bear such a difficult life. I don't wish to join them. I'm gonna do... Yeah. I'm gonna Dukin. Orzammar needs me here.
Then it is a good thing that you have other paths before you. Some are not so lucky. I wish you luck in the deep roads tomorrow. Show the Darkspawn the might of your people.
You're a fool.
Who said that? Did you say that?
Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did.
How dare you to speak to me that way?
Show you are to be respected, and I will no longer speak to you as a child. Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you.
You have something to say, do so.
If you are to play in the games of the Assembly, make sure you know the motivations of the players. Last spring, a guild from the Merchant caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the Merchant Guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture. The expedition was a disaster.
So this is Lord Dace's play to recover his losses.
Clever child.
I ain't dumb.
Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, I Dukin.
If the surface dwellers return to their noble houses...
You begin to see the whole picture. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Surfacers' kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace.
Oh! Yeah, trying to use me for profit like this, he dies.
If you call his bluff, then you lose your chance to turn the tables. Let him think he has you. Smile and nod, and when he asks his question, tell him that the so-called Surface caste are right where they belong. That should take Lord Dace down a peg or two.
And? No, I should talk to Lord Dace.
You give up the initiative, but do as you must.
Because really, it seems to me that in the long run, opening up relations with the surface folk would be profitable. But you better...
You return. Were my instructions unclear?
You got some splaining to do. I've spoken to Lady Helmi.
And what did she have to say?
She said enough.
I see. Some preposterous story, I'm sure.
Your plan would have forced my house to pay surface debts.
I suppose it could. I mean, well, it's the spirit of the law that's important, right? Our poor, disenfranchised service product. Well played, Your Highness. Welcome to Assembly politics. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Not so fast.
You've won. Don't be stupid about it.
You forget who you're speaking to. This is the guest of honor and child of the first house of Orzammar.
For now, we shall see what the future holds. Trian's grasp on the throne is in no way certain, and much can happen before then. Now let me be.
Your schemes are an insult to the House of Aeducan.
Lords, ladies, our Lord Aeducan has challenged the honor of Lord Dace.
What's this? My son is already testing his reach?
Fantastic. I thought it would be all talk and drink.
My lord, are you sure you wish to do this? You realize that it is Lord Dace's son, Mandar, a formidable duelist, who will defend the honor of House Dace in approving.
Gorham, what do you know of this Mandar?
Three-time champion of the Great Provings, much decorated and heir to House Dace.
Bring him on.
Very well. There is to be a proving, then.
Let the ancestors judge who has the right of their cause. To the proving grounds!
Alright, and yeah, I'm really running out of time. Hopefully I get a chance to walk around and say, yeah, I'm ready! Before doing that. But this Dace guy, for what the insult he has done to my family.
Men and women!
Uh-oh.
Lords and ladies, may I have your attention, please? We are gifted to have in our presence the Lord Idukan, in whose honor today's provings were fought. Today, House Idukan makes a challenge of honor against House Dace. These two brave combatants have come to prove the righteousness of their causes.
Can I pause? I can't save, but okay, I can at least end it here. This has been your Funky Wonky with Let's Play Dragon Age Origins Blind. Stay tuned for episode 6, and I hope you'll see me next time.